Good morning, Principal Jimi, Superintendent Zigothy. It's so great to be here today with you. Thank you so much for calling this meeting. I just took a great course at Mount Holyoke College with Professor Catherine Accurso. Awesome course, really recommend it. And I'm very excited to speak with you today about my work. ELL students are one of the most marginalized populations in the school system. It's not uncommon for ELL students to have trouble accessing the curriculum, which leads to struggling academically. Teachers of ELL students are faced with the challenge of differentiating and instructing each individual student, taking into consideration their language background, often without much support. A further marginalized group of English language learners is ELL students with disabilities. These students straddle two complex educational realms and face magnified challenges, especially if the student happens to have an intellectual disability. Some issues facing this population and their teachers are a lack of knowledge, research, and best instructional practices. Well, there are many things, and there are likely even more that they need to know that we don't even know about yet. When thinking specifically about culturally and linguistically diverse students with disabilities, the biggest thing that I believe educators should do is be aware. Be aware that there are multiple intersecting identities and many factors at play in each and every student in your classroom. Be culturally responsive in your teaching. Educate yourself on best practices for ELL students and students with disabilities, many of which are quite similar, by the way. And scaffold. There are many important aspects, such as fostering a safe and positive learning environment, being culturally responsive in your teaching, exposing students to new language and content, etc. But I believe that the key to boosting accessibility and equity for all students in any given classroom is scaffolding. Meet each student where they are and provide support to help them access the curriculum and grow and develop their language repertoires. A framework that I believe is especially helpful to use when thinking about scaffolding is Universal Design for Learning. UDL is a framework that allows teachers to design lessons with all learners in mind. UDL operates on a neuroscience-based set of principles for curriculum development that gives all students an equal but individualized opportunity to learn and access the curriculum. Critical genre pedagogy and the teaching learning cycle are resources that help educators create and plan curriculums and lessons that best meet the needs of their students and allow them to learn relevant and functional information. Teachers are designers, not just of lessons, classroom environments, and learning processes, but also of futures. Through careful design and planning, teachers can support their students in developing language and skills that will be necessary for the rest of their lives. These frameworks also provide a great way for teachers to help their students develop along the mode continuum. I focused on the intersections of English language learner education and special education, specifically looking at language development and moving along the mode continuum. I expanded upon Gibbons' work by layering on a total communication lens, resulting in an expanded, inclusive, and multimodal continuum that can be used as a mental heuristic for teachers to think about the multiple ways that students communicate today. It can be used in planning to develop personalized learning goals for students, and it can be used as a means of assessment. I believe that this project is important because it starts conversations and opens communication, can help teachers learn to think more inclusively and develop more flexible, creative, and effective literacy teaching for a wide range of learners. Obviously, there's more work to be done, but I'm very excited to be able to have this conversation with you and think of ways that we can help mitigate the challenges faced by this unique student population in schools. So thank you so much for meeting with me today. I hadn't thought of that, but I'll see what I can do.